fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the S.P.D. A-Squad Yellow Ranger from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection from Hasbro. So previously we saw the A-Squad Blue Ranger released in a 2-pack with the B-Squad Blue Ranger, and now Hasbro is going through and finishing off the A-Squad with a bunch of single releases, Yellow just being the first one that I received from them. I had all of them pre-ordered through Hasbro Pulse. I know they had a couple store exclusives. I think green is a Best Buy exclusive, and I think pink was a GameStop, maybe. I'm not 100% on that. But they just had all of them also available through Hasbro Pulse. So just for, sake of ease, I went ahead and pre-ordered them all there. And then this was just the first one that they got in and actually sent out. I know that Dorkside Toys got them early. I think GameStop got theirs early. I know UK has them all released. So for whatever reason, Hasbro's just always the last one to get their own toys. Don't ask me why. But this is a typical single release here. We have some great Tom Whalen art here on the side. And on the front, carrying over to this side, looks great. Not too much going on the top or the bottom. And then spinning around to the back, you just have a press photo for the figure. Looking pretty cool there. So that's it for the packaging. I'm going to go ahead and get this one out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. So here is A-Squad Yellow out of the packaging, and he looks pretty good. A lot of nice detailing and paint applications. I think the helmet looks pretty cool. Got the in-space yellow helmet going on. I do have a couple of yellow paint splotches on mine. Just a little QC issue there. But for the most part, I think the helmet looks pretty good. It is on a hinge with a ball joint, so you can look up pretty high, look down pretty low. Not a lot of tilt side to side, but you can certainly look side to side, no problem. He is ready for battle in his dirt bike armor. Now this piece here on the bicep does kind of get in the way with the shoulder pad here, but you can kind of get it underneath. And for whatever reason, I have a hard time with this shoulder getting that to go up, but both of them can go up. This one's just a little bit easier to move. He does, of course, have the butterfly joint as well, and you can rotate front to back. No issue there. Of course, you have the bicep swivel. You have double jointed elbows, which are a little tight on mine, but they work. You have a wrist swivel and hinge, and he does come with some alternate hands we'll get to in a minute. Nice ball joint there in the torso. You also have a hinge towards the waist. You can kind of see the ab crunch there. You can kick pretty far forward. Kick out to the side. Can't really go back because it's got the butt flap. The thigh swivels on mine are not super loose, but they're pretty loose. Definitely the loosest joints on the whole figure. Double jointed knees, as you can see. And then you have a boot swivel. And then you have a hinge and a rocker in the ankles. So really nice articulation. Pretty much everything you'd expect from the Lightning Collection at this point. Pretty good. Like I said, he does come with some extra hands. He gets a closed fist set of hands. So you just pop the other ones out, pop these in. Pretty simple. He comes with his gun. And he comes with an effect piece for the end of the gun, which works pretty well. That connects pretty well. One thing I did want to show off real quick. I want to do a comparison with A-Squad Blue. And I want to compare the guns, because there are a few paint applications missing. So you can see how they both have the silver badge, the one line above the silver badge, but then blue has 2 additional lines painted that yellow does not have, which is a bummer. These 3 over here are painted, which is nice. But unfortunately, those 2 extra lines at the top section here are not painted on yellows, which is kind of a bummer because it would look good. So we miss out on those paint applications, which is a bit of a bummer. And then for whatever reason, he has more paint applications on the armor. So if you look around to the side of the helmet, you can see that the yellow extends a little bit further. So you have this stripe here on the back, and at least on this side, you can see that it comes down. Now, it could just be a paint mishap on mine, but you can see how it comes down a little bit further. It's more than likely a paint mishap. But here the rim is silver. You can see the silver paint on the helmet, where it's white here. And I think white is more in keeping with the Mega Ranger helmets. I'm not 100% the in-space helmets. But I think it's weird that one's silver and one's white. Also, if you come around to the back, you can see that yellow has some black detailing here on the back of the vest that he does not have on blue. And these like forearm guards are painted, and they're not painted on blue. So not a huge problem, because most of the inconsistencies are not visible from the front. Most of the front of the armor, I would say, is pretty much the same. It's just weird that the helmet's silver here and the helmet's white over here. That's the most glaring inconsistency to me. I don't remember what the official... I don't remember which one is correct. Screen accurate, I should say. I feel like the silver looks better, and I kind of wish this one was silver, but the white is definitely correct for the in-space helmets. I just don't know if they took them and made them silver for A Squad. But either way, I think it's still a pretty good looking figure, but it's unfortunate that it's not consistent with the other releases for A Squad in the line. So I think A Squad Yellow is a pretty good figure. As far as this figure is concerned, the only complaint I really have is the lack of those 2 extra yellow stripes on the gun. Otherwise, I think he looks pretty cool. I mean, like I said, mine has a couple extra paint dots on the helmet, but that's just a QC thing for me. Overall, I think it's a pretty solid figure. Now, when I compare it to A Squad Blue, it's a little weird that the trim around the visor is silver on one and white on the other. I personally like the silver better because I think it matches the silver that's present throughout the rest of the figure, and having the white is a little glaring. Like, I think this blends a little bit better. Now, I know white was kind of consistent for the in-space helmets, but I don't remember what was screen accurate by the time they got to A Squad. I kind of wish silver was correct, and I kind of wish Blue's visor had the silver trim because I just think it looks better. So that's just inconsistencies. This guy also has a little bit more detailing on some of the pads that Blue doesn't have. So you kind of just have to decide what you prefer. But in terms of this figure, the only complaint I have is the missing yellow stripes on the gun. Otherwise, this figure's pretty solid. I don't really have too much to complain about this guy. I wish he was more consistent with Blue, but now I kind of have more issues with Blue than I do with this figure. So I think this is a pretty solid release. If you're looking to complete A Squad, I definitely recommend picking this guy up. Yeah, otherwise, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.